Welcome to another Minnesota Banking Minute. Today I'm joined by Joseph Ellis with Conetrix. Joseph, the FFIEC has announced that they will be sunsetting their cybersecurity assessment tool, also known as CAT, at the end of August 2025. At that time, it's going to be, I understand, completely removed from the FFIEC website and will no longer be in use. So can we still use CAT in the meantime?
Yes. You can rest assured, you can stay calm for now. Examiners and auditors will still accept use of the CAT until its sunset date. So yeah, that's just fine.
That's good to know. So what alternative framework should our bank transition to?
That's the kind of the $10 million question that we get asked pretty frequently, um, both unfortunately and fortunately. Neither the FFIEC nor any other individual regulating body has recommended any particular cybersecurity framework to use in place of the CAT. They've given us some suggestions and some things to look into, but they are not dictating or recommending any particular framework. It's really up to each organization's risk management or information security team to evaluate those frameworks and determine which one is the best fit. That being said, there are several industry recognized, well-known, well-regarded frameworks out there that could be good candidates for you to review. Some include NIST Cybersecurity Framework 2.0, CISA. They have come out with their cybersecurity performance goals, and they will be coming out with some industry-specific cybersecurity performance goals for the financial industry shortly. They're working on that. Also, there's the Cyber Risk Institute's Cyber Profile. That one is fairly highly regarded. I've heard really good comments about that one. And then also there is the Center for Internet Security, CIS. They have their CIS controls that are also highly regarded and provide sort of a maturity pathway to follow. So it's really just up to you. It's up to you and your organization, your team. And one thing that I always like to counsel organizations about in my role as an information security consultant is to remind you that once you've chosen a framework, hopefully a well-regarded industry recognized framework, your auditors and examiners may still ask you questions and inquire about things that are kind of out of bounds, that might not be covered at least verbatim in your chosen framework. And that doesn't mean they're trying to trick you or pulling over on you. That's their responsibility to ask those questions, and it's important for you to be able to be prepared to answer those questions and not feel like you're being attacked or anything like that.
Absolutely. So it sounds like there's some alternatives out there, but August 2025 is going to come really fast.
Yes.
So when should my organization start reviewing alternate frameworks?
Um,
Now?
yeah, jokingly, the answer is yesterday.
Yeah.
Uh, we kind of hear different reports and different recommendations in this regard. As with anything, as with any change in this ever-changing industry that we're in, it's important to be preparing. It's important to be doing research and looking into things. For example, the Texas Department of Banking, where we are, where Conetrix is based, we're based in Texas, but we work all over the country. The Texas Department of Banking has said that they will be looking at your committee and board minutes just to see that you're having these discussions, just to see that this is on your mind and that you're investigating and you're deliberating. I would recommend for you Minnesota folks to refer to your Department of Commerce to see if they have any recommendations in that regard, any official recommendations, like are they going to be looking at your meeting minutes and things like that? I don't know. I haven't seen anything in that regard from Minnesota specifically. But yes, you bring up a good point. August 2025, it'll be here before we know it. I see this all the time when we say, okay, in 2025, we're going to attack that. Um, it'll get here before we know it. So
Absolutely.
look at the FFIEC's press release about the CAT sunset. In that press release, they refer to these other frameworks. They don't recommend them.
Okay.
They're not pushing you to those frameworks, but they are good ones to look at. And I would recommend investigating those things and looking, envisioning what they might look like to implement in your organization uh, as soon as possible. Be looking into that right now.
Yeah, it sounds like that's something that's going to take some time, and people should definitely jump on that right away. So,
Yeah, I think so.
and to our Minnesota bankers, pay attention to our website at minmakers.com, and we'll be giving you information as well as we know it from our own Department of Commerce. So
Excellent.
thank you, Joseph, so much for your time and for your tips. You've certainly given us a lot to think about and make sure that we're ready for the sunset of CAT. And thank you
Yeah.
all for joining us.